there, thanks for joining me today. This is Laura Lynn with Keep Inking Up. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! In San Antonio, Texas. And today I wanted to talk about the Merriest Moments bundle. You'll find this bundle on page 43 of our July to December 2021 mini catalog. And I wanted to share it with you because I don't think that the catalog really does it justice. When you first look at the stamp set, it's a lovely stamp set. It has both images and sentiment, which if you follow me at all, you know that I love, because that means you don't have to grab any other stamp set to use this bundle to make fabulous cards. And you actually don't need the bundle. You could just use the stamp set. That's wonderful. But if you look down here at the bottom, you'll see the bundle. The bundle has the stamp set, but it also has coordinating dies. But most importantly, it has this hybrid embossing folder, and that is what I really want to share with you today. I don't think that these pictures really convey how wonderful this bundle is. So I wanted to share what the bundle actually looks like and some samples of what you can do with it. You can do so much with it. It's just amazing. Now, one thing that I do really like about this stamp set is it's a photopolymer stamp set. I have a lot of things in here, so let me get things out. I store everything in the same case for minimal storage, but this is a photopolymer stamp set, which means that it's really easy to use. You can see right through the clear block and through the stamp, so you can get exact placement, exactly where you want to stamp. So I love that. It's great for beginner crafters and stampers. But then, like I said, you have the hybrid embossing folder. Take this out so we can use it. It looks like a regular embossing folder, so this is great. And then it has a really large set of dies. So I'm going to explain what's so wonderful with these dies and this embossing folder. The stamp set is wonderful as well. I don't want to make it sound like the stamp set is not nice. It is nice, but these two really are the star of this bundle. So one thing that you can do is simply put a piece of cardstock in the embossing folder and run it through. Let me see if I have that sample here. And what you get is this. So you have a frame, you have some foliage around the frame, and then you have little dots going out to the edge. So it is a full, let me see if I can show that really well. It is a full card front size, A2 card front size embossing folder, or embossed piece. And I wanted to share a card that I made using that. And so here's the card. Let's see if you can hopefully see that. So the background, this is very vanilla. You have the full card front that is embossed with the hybrid embossing folder. And then I used, from the stamp set, I used the Thinking of You This Festive Season, and I embossed that with copper embossing, and then I stamped and cut out my poinsettia flower with the little center with a copper embossing powder as well. So isn't that an elegant card? I think it's so. This would be great for mass production. It wouldn't take very long at all. You could just stamp and cut out some flowers one evening. You could stamp and emboss the sentiment, and then run through the card fronts with the embossing folder. Now what I do want to show, I don't do the actual card front itself. This is a layer because I don't want to see the embossing on the inside of the card. This is what the inside of the card would look like, and I don't really want to see that personally. So I have the layer, the full layer on the card front. But I think that's just such an elegant card. So that's the easiest thing that you can do with this embossing folder. But it gets so much better. Let me put this aside. One of the dies that is in this die set fits perfectly onto the embossing folder. That's why it is called a hybrid embossing folder. So with the side that has the Stampin' Up! Logo, when you open that up, you can slide in this die, and you have to, did I get it right the first time? Oh my goodness. It kind of locks into, well, it doesn't really lock into place, but it kind of slides into place. And then you put your cardstock in there, close this, and run it through your embossing machine. And what you get is this. So it's cut out, but it's also embossed. Let me bring in the other one so you can see. This is the one that embossed the entire card front. So you have this. So basically this is everything except the little snowflakes around the edge. So hopefully you can see that. So that is wonderful, but it gets even better than that. Okay, so let me take this out. So that is this piece in here. Now you have another large piece, and at first I thought that this went in here as well. And I guess it technically does. You can put it in there. That doesn't seem to line up right. Well, anyway, it's not meant to do that. So I thought it was, but when I did it, and I guess, I mean, I have done it, so it must fit on there. It doesn't lock into place like the other one did, but it does line up. But the problem is that I couldn't get a very clean cut when I did this. I had to run it through numerous times, and it really didn't work. So don't use this with the folder. Just use the outline one with the folder, okay? So after you have this piece, then you can line this up and run it through again. Now, so you can kind of slide that in. It kind of fits into place like a puzzle. Run that through your cut and emboss machine, and you'll get this. So let me put these aside. So you go from this solid piece to this with all these intricate pieces cut out. And these intricate pieces were the ones that just didn't work when I put it through with the embossing folder. So you want to only use these two together as the hybrid part. Just the outline and the hybrid embossing folder. But you can get these two kind of images. Now what you can also do is just run through this outline die just through with regular cardstock. So this is flat, there's no embossing done here, but then you can layer these two pieces together. They line up exactly, okay? I think I have an example of that, a card example. Here's a card example of that. You can see I've got the intricate piece here, and then I've got a piece of vellum behind it, so it gives it a backdrop. And then this uses the stamps and the other dies from the stamp set, although this sentiment is from Timeless Tulips, because I wanted to show how you can pull other stamp sets in with this particular stamp set. This sentiment part that goes in the center, you see here there's the square in there, or the rectangle in there. There is a piece that is a stitched rectangle, and this fits so many sentiments across so many stamp sets that it makes it really extremely versatile. So like I said, this one was from Timeless Tulips because I wanted to have a sympathy card, but all these other stamped and cut images are from the Merriest Moments bundle. So that's another card. Keeping along that theme, I made more cards with this. This is another one where I embossed a piece of our cardstock vellum and then layered that on top of the crumb cake behind it. So again, it's the same thing with the two layers, and this time I embossed a thinking of you sentiment directly onto the vellum. I also used the time-worn 3D embossing folder in the background to create a little bit of texture in the background of that. This sentiment, by the way, is from Thinking Thanks and Peace stamp set. I don't think that I have it out here. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Thinking Thanks and Peace stamp set. So it's this Thinking of You, and I used this Sending Thanks on another card sample that I want to show you. I think this is my favorite that I made. Did the same exact thing. I cut out the two layers, the one with the intricate and then the outline layer. And then I used my Stampin' Blends in a couple of different colors to stamp the pieces around the images to create a fall look. And then the Sending Thanks is again from this Thinking Thanks and Peace. It's this sentiment right here, and all I did was I inked up the sending part, stamped it down, moved my stamp, inked up just the thanks part, and stamped that part. And so I got it, and I trimmed it out using that rectangle piece. Like I said, this rectangle piece can be used with all kinds of stamp sets. So I think this is my favorite card that I made this week. And it again uses the time-worn, I think it's called time-worn type 3D embossing folder. It has there are, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little bit, you can kind of see some words in there, but just really a distressed look. It's just a really, really pretty card. I love this card. Okay, I have one more to share with you though. These cards I've been showing, they're my favorite, and they're the ones that use the embossing folder with the dies, because they're just so unique. I just don't think we've ever had anything like it. But you don't have to use those. You can just use a stamp set. So this one just uses the stamp set and the dies. So it has a season greetings. So that image is from the stamp set, and then all of these other images are from the stamp set, and then I die cut and layered my poinsettia on there as well. So you can make just a simple Christmas card with this bundle. So anyway, I just wanted to share the unique qualities of this bundle. I don't think that the catalog does it justice. You can do so many different things. I love this embossing folder and the dies and everything that you can do with it. It just has so much. Let me see if I can get all these back on here. There's so many. There's so many dies. It's just incredible. It's a wonderful, wonderful bundle. And so like I said, if you weren't sure what all was included when you saw it in the catalog, this is what it can do. And this is just me playing around. I haven't even done everything probably with it that you can. There's probably so many more things that you can do. But this is just an amazing bundle. I hope that this explains to you exactly what's included in the bundle and what the kinds of things that you can do with it. Thank you again so much for watching. If you are interested in purchasing any of the products that I showed in these cards, I will provide links to my online store in the description box below. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. If you're not, why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button so you can return and see what else I share with you from the stamping world. So thanks again so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.